Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go through everything Wasteland Titan. That's going to be from his skills, his passives, what heroes to be using, popular heroes, team compositions, how to run the fight, as well as running my team so you can see exactly how I do it. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so Wasteland Titan. Not the hardest boss in Immortal Codex, but he was pretty tough starting off. Once you get into late game and you start having a lot of invigoration gear, a lot of good healer gear, spare, and then you have these healers and stuff awaken to a higher level, this is going to become easier and easier for you. Otherwise, it kind of is what it is. You just do your best you can, and there's no way to really force it besides having good gear and good heroes. That's kind of what it comes down to. This boss in particular has lots of options for heroes, so it makes it a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and read what it says here. Damage inflicted by the Wasteland Titan is accompanied by a debuff that reduces healing received, which can be dispelled. The amount of healing that it reduces it by is kind of unknown. It's not really shown in the kit anywheres, but it doesn't do it by 100%. Okay, you can heal no matter what and what stage of the fight you are in. It does seem to pick up to a higher percentage of anti-heal as you go through the fight. Only Iona can deal significant damage to the Wasteland Titan, who boasts high defense. Notice this says significant damage. Significant. It doesn't say only Iona can do damage to the boss. It says significant. So there is a way to damage the boss besides just using the healers and the Iona statues. It is immune to all debuffs and control effects. Boss rush enhancement. Iona gains skill enhancements. All heroes gain increased rage regen. So it's very helpful that you get to come back a little bit faster to your skills. First passive is the Wasteland Titan's attack will gradually increase after entering the boss rush phase. So the first part of the phase is just like any of the other Codex bosses. You start off with like a little bit of a trial thing and you gotta take them down, and then it goes into the boss rush phase where everything starts to get serious, right? Titan's Punch deals high physical damage one time to Iona and inflicts 1 stack of anti-healing effect. Shows every 5 seconds. Goodness. Roar of Sands deals high physical damage 3 times consecutively to all targets and inflicts 1 stack of anti-healing effect. This is why you had to bring cleansers. These anti-healing coming in, if you don't bring your cleansers and you have all of the statues and your heroes covered by cleansers, they will not be able to survive. The ability to heal themselves will gradually decrease, and eventually you just won't be able to heal. And I think it's showing 1 stack, so I think every time he does it, he's putting it on top of the other one, and that's probably why it seems like it's over time getting worse and worse. Divine Being becomes immune to all debuffs and damage over time. Okay, so let's look at the leaderboards here. You can see the teams are pretty much the same. Free to play for sale. Congratulations, you are number 1 as of right now at 2,659,665, right? Good team here. Awaken level 5. This is the meta team right here. And you can see Silas is in there. He's doing a straight up raw ignore defense kind of damage, and Silas is really special for that. The other option besides Silas is going to be something like a Praetus. I've tried Praetus. He works okay. He's not as good as Silas. Obviously, as you can see, these teams are all the same. You have Eunomia, Aelin, Eloin, Sadie, Percy, and Silas. And now you got some kind of variation kind of coming in here. Just somebody does a really good job as well. I used to use him before I had Eunomia. You use him in the same spot. Medan can work for Eunomia. Medan can work for Eloin. So can Nisande. Works for these two as well. Those are good free-to-play epic options. You can also use heroes like Gwendolyn, which is like a limited exclusive from last year, Christmas. Not this last one, the one before. She's really hard to get. So let's go to the guide section here. And first, I just want to show you, this is the map. We have the statues here. They're grayed out because they're not active. This one's active right now. This is before the boss rush phase. And you keep her healed up. When you keep these statues healed up, they will do damage to the boss. If they're not healed up, they're not going to do damage to the boss. And the only one that's going to do really good, decent damage is going to be Silas, which is not even close to enough. Anyways, popular heroes. Eloin. They show Eloin as number 1. She's a good cleanser. Yes. I would assume that between these two, they're about the same as far as like which one's best and which one isn't, right? So Aylin is doing AoE heals in that massive range. She does a really good job at doing it. She's actually pretty easy to build for it as well. She doesn't really need high awakenings either. But Eloin has a nice broad range, vortex style range as well, and she's doing the cleanses as well. And Aylin's also bringing that AoE damage reduction. Similar to Fercy, who's also doing the AoE damage reduction, its actual buff. He also is bringing inspiration and just straight up AoE damage survivability. Let's just put it that way. Same with Vortex. Put out some big shields on your heroes, on the statues. Helps keep them alive. Eunomia is one of my favorites in this. She's been kind of a key figure for me doing really high scores in the healer codex, and that's because she also does like this healing bounce effect where the ball kind of goes around, just heals, and she does a cleanse every 30 seconds, I believe, of the heroes that are in her range or statues. Sadie is really good for this as well. She does damage reduction. It's like 90% damage reduction if I remember correctly. But anybody in her range, towards the end of the fight, she can help you stay alive a little bit longer just by activating her ult at the right time. Leia is also pretty good. She does some heals. She does some rage regen boosts. Damage boost isn't going to really help you out much with that, but she can also be a lord. Hollow is going to help you with some rage regen. I'm not really the biggest fan of Hollow coming along, but if you're in a tight spot, you can use her along with Madan, Nasande. All those heroes are pretty good for this. We also have Tallulah. Tallulah is really good, damage reduction. Ezrein can reach far distances and hit any statue on the field. Gwendolyn I've already mentioned. Dasomi does shielding, he does cleanses, and he does a really good job of it. His heals are kind of weak though, so if you put him on whatever side you put him on, you gotta really put a really powerful healer with him there. Diao Chen, not really a big fan of on the healer codex, as well as Artemis. Here's some other options here. You can use cheaper options like Lightlock isn't the greatest, but Nasande is amazing. Carnelian can work if you're having problems with keeping your healers alive because of gear restrictions. Silas though, Silas is amazing at this, and I'll explain that in a little bit. We do use him for the whole fight. Now, all of these units are going to be built primarily the same, right? So these are all attack-based healers besides Sadie. So I'll show you Sadie. Sadie's going to be in Asclepius with Salvation set. She'll be coming in at 49k HP, and she'll be coming in with 0.9 second attack speed, and she has 141 healing effect and 74% rage regen. That is kind of the goal of your teams here, all your healers on the team here. You want to keep her, every unit, between 36 and 40k HP, the best you can. Keep them in that range. If your healers die, they're not going to be healing any of the statues, and the whole team will just kind of fall apart and crumble slowly. So you need to keep them all alive. So priority is HP, 37k minimum. All right, Awakening. I have Awakening level 5 on this one. And I also am running a Whispering Grace at level 25. So that's something to be said about my particular Sadie. She's very, very strong. Now, just to show you an example, I think the one that scares people the most is Aylin. People look at Aylin and they'll say, well, I don't want to put her HP that high because then her attack is like super, it's not even 10k. Yeah, but that 8700 or 8000 attack is actually pretty amazing with Aylin because she's healing everybody in her range all the time, every single tick, 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 tick. So you definitely want to keep that attack wherever you can get it to, but make sure you get that 37k first. Priority is keeping Aylin alive, right? Taya's Balm is going to be a really good option for your healers, especially Aylin, and especially I think Eunomia is the other one you really want to keep a Taya's Balm on. Whenever she hits a unit that has, or a statue that has 40% HP or less, she's going to increase their healing multiplier by 50%. It's very, very powerful. Very potent, right? Eloin as well. I'll just show you their stats, what you're shooting for. Kind of go through the gear on this one here. It's a bit weird. You might see some weird stats. I'm just trying to hit certain stats. You don't even have an attack speed amulet on her. I'm just trying to keep her alive, right? Sacrificing a little bit of attack speed. All right, so attack bonus here. A lot of HP built into the kit. You can see I am running 38k HP. Drop the attack by about 6k from my normal Eloin build. That's fine. She's just healing those 3 guys. Trust me on this. You want to get your healers up to that 37k HP. I'm going to keep saying that. 89% rage regen. Healing effect is really nice at 142. 120 or higher is a pretty good healing effect. And then with her, I like to run a golden scarab to keep her cleansing more and more often. Alright, so First is going to be in a triple, I think, HP bonus actually. Attack bonus here. And then we have attack bonus here. Pick up attack speed where you can. Rage regen where you can. Healing effect where you can. And even flat attack and HP bonus whenever you can. That's kind of what you're shooting for with all of these units. I'm going to run a Warlord set on him to get his attack nice and high. He has the ability to do the AoE damage reduction of 25% of anybody in his range. So whoever's in his range can be a little bit lower on HP. And then we have the Sans Pistol as well, which is very strong. Is whenever an ally in range receives AoE damage, the received healing is increased by 20% for 15 seconds. This effect can be triggered one time every 35 seconds. Very strong, very strong. You can like help the heals coming in, whoever's in his range as well. Artifact with him is going to be a Euphoric Orb, level 25. 2/3 of the fight, everybody's going to have an extra 30 attack speed within his range. So it's very strong. And I think, you know me, we can just go over it really quickly. Same kind of build. You want to go with these Light's Grace or Salvation sets on the left side. Invigoration or the, what's the name of that set? Wings of Grace set on the right side. Trying to get that HP to 30k. And trying to get whatever kind of attack speed, rage regen, and healing effect you can on the substats. She does have an attack speed amulet on her though. Alright, so the artifact with Yunomi is going to be Tide's Bomb as well. Silas, Mr. Silas. So those teams that you're seeing at the top end are actually Awaken 5 Silas. I think those guys all have the artifact for him, his exclusive artifact, maxed out as well, which is a little bit better than the Spirit Siphon. Mine's still sitting at level 0. Even if it wasn't at level 0, I wouldn't run it unless I have at least a couple upgrades into it to try to beat out the Spirit Siphon. But I don't think the level 10 beats the level 25 Spirit Siphon. I could be wrong. You also could run something like a Bright Caller's Claw as well. But Infernal Roar is what you're going to be shooting for. And then we're going to Wicked Vengeance on the left side. Otherwise, go Warlord if you don't have that. His total stats, and I'll show you the gear in a minute. 20k HP, 18.4k attack, 1 second attack interval, 345.5% crit damage. Pure priority on attack and attack percentage, and trying to get crit damage as much as I can after that. So triple attack percentage, every single piece is just like this. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack across the board here, guys. The strongest you can get. You can run Sylvan Arcana if you don't have a really good Infernal Roar set. Depending on the stats that you can reach, if you have a better Sylvan Arcana set, I would suggest doing that. But if you have gear like this, go ahead and run this instead. Whichever one is going to give you the better stats, to be honest with you. On the left side, I'm running the quad roll, all popular Wicked Vengeance exclusive pieces for random heroes gear. Gear has no rules. It's the only way you can get attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, and attack bonus all on one piece, right? And it's going to be giving him crit damage and attack percentage of 10% from the set. So, a little bit of a caveat as well. The Awaken level 4 is Rage Regen, attack +2. And the Awaken level 5 is going to basically give him an extra 15% damage. So my Silas actually hits, for the leaderboard, 51 million damage, okay? If you look at some of these guys up here with their A5 Silases, they're going over 64, 65 million. This one's A5 at 66. This one is also going to be at 65. So here we have one that's also going to be at 64, right around 65 million. Let's see if we drop down to one that has an A3, down to 66. So this one is actually pretty interesting that he got that high. I'm assuming maybe he used Fursey at the right time. That's my assumption. But yes, the Awakening could help me out a little bit further. Would it get me to the extra 300,000? I'm not sure. But let's go into the fight. I'll show you how this works. I'm trying to break this down the best I can as we go along. I think that's the easiest way. Just show you and go. Alright, so we're going to put on 1x. First, I'm going to go ahead and put down Aelin. I want to mention something before we get too far. She does have her invigoration set on, so she's getting that attack plus 10%. But if you go ahead and put Silas over here, and let's say I put Eloin, she's an invigoration set as well, you could see my Silas did not get the buff from her. I don't know if it's on. I don't know if it's not on. I'm not sure. It just doesn't show, but don't panic. It's just the way it is. Don't freak out like no, something's not working. I don't know. It's just been the way it is the whole time. Even when Percy is also invigoration, putting it face up at Silas also does not give him the buff. So kind of just, you're out of luck with that one. Now you want to put Percy here facing up, Eloin here facing up, and you want to put Silas up in this corner facing left towards the boss, Aelin right here. Now let's go ahead and put Eunomia. She's going to cover these 3 statues on her own. Her healing bounce can bounce out of her healing range as well. Nisande does a very similar job. I'm going to go ahead and put Sadie right here. This is going to help keep all these guys alive by reducing damage towards the end of the fight. She does do a lot of healing as well. Her heals are really powerful and very potent at Awaken level 5. Alright, so here we go. As soon as Silas is ready, go ahead and activate him. He's going to pump away some damage at the boss. You can see he's hitting right around 238k per hit. You see, it's not like it's nothing. It's not like 0 damage or anything. Like some people, if they try to tell you that your Silas, build him with a lot of HP because, you know, he might survive longer, or they say take him off as soon as you get into the boss rush phase, don't do that. Just leave him on the field. He's gonna do more damage. You can see it come in right there. But 5k, it does make a massive difference, okay? Here, you don't really have to do much. You can just make sure to activate Silas whenever his ultimate is up. Activate Eloin occasionally. And I would say activate your Percy with Silas if you can in the early parts of the fight here. So we're going to activate Percy, Silas. Occasionally activate Eloin. You see that their health is starting to struggle a little bit. Activate Percy again. Still in the middle of Silas's ult. Now Eunomia at this level, she can struggle a little bit. You can end up being in a situation where she's not coming back to her anti-heal cleanse soon enough, and she might drop. It's kind of a bit of an RNG. It's a timing thing. If that happens, just go ahead and try again. Alright, so we're still good. You can activate any of these guys if you want to for now, until they start to struggle. Go ahead and activate Percy. Still a whiles away from Silas's ultimate. Eloin, just to do some cleansing, do some extra heals. It's not that tough. It's not that tough. Alright, gonna go ahead and activate Silas again, then activate Percy. Activate Sadie. You can see there's a little bit of a cooldown, or I would say like a delay before her ultimate starts, so keep that in mind if you want it to be activated before the golem starts smacking. And if you struggle with keeping these guys alive over here, which can quite possibly happen because Eunomia's heals are a bit wonky the way they work, you can go ahead and just drop one of your wood elves over here to help keep everybody going. Activate Eloin. Let's go ahead and activate Aelin again. We can activate Percy. You see up here, this guy's struggling a little bit. We need to get that cleanse in there. I think that's why he's not coming back fast enough. Go ahead and activate Sadie because we can. At some point, these guys will drop. Activate Silas, then we'll activate Percy. See, Silas isn't taking too much damage yet, so we should have this whole run here yet. A couple more swings from the boss. We'll activate Percy again. Try to get some more inspiration going a little bit longer. Let's try to get a cleanse out from Eloin here. And just kind of like play it by feel, right? Let's go ahead and activate Aelin. We can activate Percy. That's going to actually help Aelin with her heals. One of the clones fell. That's because Eunomia can struggle from time to time over there, keeping the healing bounce going up in that corner. Kind of their only real issue. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate Sadie. Activate Silas, and then activate Percy again. I'm gonna activate Eloin. I'm gonna put a little bit of a Wood Elf right here, right now, at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Just to try to help out. You can see Sadie's must not be getting that cleanse, so hopefully that comes around. Just popped off with that cleanse. We kept her alive just right in time there. But activate Percy again. I'm gonna hit Sadie here to help keep these guys rolling. See, when she's going, man, they're not even taking any damage. It's really nice. Go with just wait for Eloin for a moment. We'll probably lose our Silas here. Nope, he's still kicking. He's still kicking. Go ahead and activate Eloin after Aelin gets her ultimate done. Now we're going to try to shoot back and forth with these guys' ult times. And pray that the anti-heal keeps working on the left side over here. As soon as Eloin's about done, we're going to go ahead and activate Aelin. We're also going to activate Sadie. Let's go ahead and put a Wood Elf right here. Activate. No, Silas just went off on us, so that's okay. Less to worry about. Now we're going to try to activate Percy in between the slams here. Kind of gives them a nice burst heal, and so their health is full when he's going to do that last big slam there. Minute and a half left. We're looking pretty good at SS plus. All right. Go ahead and activate Sadie and Percy in the middle of the slams. There goes the triple S. Try to keep these guys going. Now we're going to activate Aelin as soon as it gets down there. She's got a little bit of a delay in her skill as well. Doing pretty good. Everybody seems to be holding on right now. I'm going to activate Percy in the middle of the slams again, just like before. Alright, so now Eunomia is starting to get down. You can see where her health is when the last hit was like way down here. So then you know she's starting to be in trouble, so you can kind of tell. Let's go ahead and put a Wood Elf as soon as that guy does that. Right here, right now. I'm gonna activate Sadie as well in the middle of it. Hopefully these guys are okay. So I'm gonna slow it down so you can see what's happening. So Sadie's not gonna take a lot of damage. Here comes a big hit. You can kind of calculate to see how everybody's doing from the damage as it's increasing, right? Here comes the hit. So they're all about, you know, 25%, 20% here. You see the statue over here just fell. These guys are okay because of Sadie. Statue's back up already over there, which is nice. Now Aelin's out of her ult, so activate Eloin. In the middle of the slam, we're going to activate Percy. Get their health as high as we can. Keep them rolling, right? Activate Aelin right now, just to help out. Come on, Eunomia, you got this. Don't tell me you don't. Okay, she's still good. Good damage, good damage. Activate Sadie right now. In the middle of the ult here, activate Percy. Just help keep everybody going. Going to activate Eloin right now. In the middle of that, kind of in the middle of that slam there. And these guys are gonna put a Wood Elf over here to try to keep us going a little bit longer. 10 seconds left. I'm gonna use Percy as well right now. Get the health high. We lost Percy and Eunomia. That happens. Now we're gonna activate Aelin. And I'm gonna also activate Sadie just to keep them alive a little bit longer. I think I just went over my record from before. And the only one left is Aelin, and the time is up. So 2.38 million. I'm a little higher than I was before, so that's nice. I was only in the top 100. You can see how tight it is at this point. We've gotten it down to a point where it's all about awakenings and just gear, you know. I think that Eunomia being awakened level 3 and then Silas being awakened level 5 would probably put me over the threshold where I'd be in that top 20 or so. Would make that big difference. Now you can see Silas did 53.4 million. That's very typical. That's what I always seem to see out of him. And let's see who HP healed is going to be on the highest. Is Eunomia at 207 million. Kind of a surprise, isn't it? Aelin at 191. We have Eloin at 129. Sadie at 101. Percy at 73.5 million. Don't sleep on your Percy heals. They're very strong. And then we have, well, she does some healing here. That's kind of weird. I didn't know that she even healed, actually. That the statue heals. Huh. That must be the main one. Maybe she offers some kind of heal. Anyways. So yeah, 2.3... was that 7? 3.8? 381. So now I'm at number 75. I just picked up 25 spots here with you guys live. Definitely worth it. This is the team that I suggest. Now, if you don't know for sure, what I want you to do is head on over to prospector.gg. I'm going to bring this up again. It's a nice tool for you to use. You click on hero guides here. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I can. There we go. Scroll down, and we also have the defensive dispel. That's the one you're going to be looking for to get rid of that anti-heal. You can also see the offensive dispel. These are the normal hero tags you can see in the game as well, but it's nice to see it on here. We'll go ahead and click on defensive dispel, and we're going to pull up the heroes that you can use as options for this. Tallulah, Eunomia, Eloin, Desomi, Medan, and Nisande. That's why I always suggest these two. Nisande is a little bit better than Medan. Medan is HP based, so she might be a little bit easier to keep alive. Defense is super low, so maybe not. Nisande has that Eunomia healing ball effect going on. Every time she activates her ultimate, she does a cleanse. So Tallulah also does bring in some damage reduction, so she's really strong for this as well. But her heals are kind of weak. Kind of like maybe a better Percy replacement than she would be for somebody like Eunomia or Eloin or something like that. Desomi is very potent, so you could always consider using him. Anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to check out prospector.gg. There's always good details on here. The website is always in beta mode, so there's things that are not working. A lot of the stuff besides the hero guides, which is our main priority right now, is kind of like out of order, basically. The only thing that is working here is the secret achievements right now. The gear sets are not working, artifacts guides not working, stage guides are not working. Members area is working, so you can actually go over to your profile. You can set up yourself a profile. See if I can actually pull this up here. View profile. You can set up yourself a cover photo, have yourself a logo. You can create your own little skill set and give yourself percentages and names on that. Have posts, share videos, all kinds of things. There's even a feed as well. So activity, just like Facebook, you can post stuff up and it's like you see what's actually going on. But if you go back to the home page, all you have to do is go in here and type in the hero's name that you're looking for. So let's say we're looking for Cassiel. Cassiel. I'm always saying that wrong. You pull it up, you can see the hero guides, you can see their skills. You can also see them prior to them being launched globally. As you can see right here, it does say that it is a test server unit, which I need to change now to open it up. You can see their skill ranges. You can see the best gear sets to use on them as well. So artifacts here, left side sets here, right side sets here. You can see the attributes. You can see the awakenings. You can see the BP. This is the maxed out BP that Sebastian Kane has been working on for this. Eventually, we're going to have a tier set or tier list for that. We have stage ratings as well, where the best to use the hero, as well as video related content is going to pop up right here as we complete it. And we can add that so you can have it as a resource for watching videos. But anyways, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to join Discord. We're always in there. We're chatty. If you have any suggestions, you have any ideas, feel free to come in there, tag me in the general chat. I hope this guide helped you reach a better score in Wasteland Titan, because that's what I'm trying to do, is help you out. Anyways, I've been the Prospector. Good luck. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.